त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री महालक्ष्मी महासरस्वती महाकाली त्रिगुणात्मिका कुंडलिनी साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कल्की साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कल्की साक्षात् श्री सहस्रार स्वामिनी मोक्ष प्रदायिनी माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः।
Welcome everyone, and welcome to us online as well. Nice to have you here, Jordan. My name is Gulshan, and I'm very lucky to have Vara with us tonight, as well as we have a little treat towards the end of the program where we will have live music as well. But we'll begin with a brief introduction about this meditation, Sahaja Yoga, and about Shri Mataji, and then Vara will take us through realization. Also, we are going to focus a little bit on the heart chakra, which is the number 4 chakra on the heart. Chakras are, it's a Sanskrit word, and it really just means wheels, energy wheels within our subtle system that we have, and each one of them has a special quality. So we'll go through that, and then there will be a little bit of a balancing exercise to show you how to balance, and do that when you go home, followed by a little meditation, and then there will be music to meditate, and that will be the structure of the program tonight. So we'll start by introducing you to Shri Mataji, the lady in the photograph. She started this meditation, or she revolutionized this old technique of meditation, which used to be, it is very ancient, and very few people could access it because it required a special teacher, and you needed to be able to work on each of your energy centers within your body. So you'd learn to control your appetite, you'd learn to control your anger, you'd learn to control your power of witnessing, and it took a very long time, and very few people were able to achieve it. So she changed that, by which we get our realization, we achieve our connection straight away, and then we go about fixing whatever is the weakness within our body. So if you have a look, we have the yellow line and the blue line on our body. So the blue line is to do with the line of emotions within us, and we all have that. And the yellow line stands for, it's a line of actions. So it's to do with thinking, planning, organizing. People who have a very strong yellow line often are very confident, great speakers, and often when that goes out of balance, that's when they become quite dominating and unpleasant to be around. So those are the extremes of a personality. Similarly with the left side, when it's really used up too much, we tend to get depressed. And the idea is to be in balance. And this is what Shri Mataji wanted. So in 1970, she allowed us to receive this meditation, each one of us effortlessly, free of cost, so that we become happier beings and settled human beings, and we can still be part of the society, still be part of work, families, relationships, but feel the peace within us and feel the joy within us. And that happens with the mothering energy within us. Each one of us has that mothering energy within us, and that resides in the triangular bone at the base of the spine. It's called the sacrum bone. Each one of us has that, and this is in Sahaja Yoga is the only meditation where it's actually awakened straight away, first time. And the mothering energy, as she rises along the central channel, she sees if there's a problem in our subtle system. If there's a weakness in our subtle system, she starts to repair it. And so, the wheels that we have along the central channel, the colored petals, those, each one of them have a special quality within us. And some of us, the way we are born or our family circumstances, often there's a weakness, and sometimes we have a strength as well. But if there's an imbalance, then she starts to fix that for us. So that's how this meditation helps us to be in balance and to be in control of our surroundings, to be able to witness things properly. And also it allows us to feel on our fingertips what is the problem within ourselves. So at the moment, humanity is at this area on the subtle chart. So Shri Mataji has allowed us to receive our self-realization, which Vara will take us through in a moment. And that allows us a higher jump in our evolution where we can feel on our fingertips what is within us, and then manage it, and manage it really well. Vara, is there anything else you would like to add to that?
No, I think the best probably is to go through the experience first, and then we'll explain a little bit about a particular center today, which is the number 4 there, the heart center. And then at the end of the sessions, you can ask as many questions as you like. So what we try and do in these sessions is to sort of calm down this one a bit and use the experience a bit more. Well, is it your first time?
To hear, yes, but with this approach, no.
Okay. Good. So you didn't...
Vara, I might ask you to just explain a little bit about what is realization, what is so special about it. We're about to receive it, so to know a little bit about it. I wonder if you were wondering about that too, Jordan.
Yes,
what do you mean by self-realization? Your name was?
Andrea.
Hi, Andrew. So we just had a little introduction. So now I'll try and explain what self-realization is. So we are created by a power. Some people call it nature. I call it God. Most people believe it's God. And then we just dropped, and then we come out. And then there is that connection that originally there was that connection between the creator and us. Now as we grow, you go to school, and I think my mom did tell me, don't share all your things, this is your bag and this is your book, and I won't be happy if you lose your pencil. All this stuff, it starts like that, and then slowly it goes, you get 5 rupees. I grew up in India, $5. That's for your pocket money. You sort of keep it to yourself and try not to go to your friends who might take your ice cream. So slowly this idea of mine starts to creep into the brain, which is not supposed to be like that. I think it's fair to assume that we're created in a way to share our joys and sorrows and matter with people. So as that process happens, and you can imagine as you grow, I want that country, I want this country, almost. So that's clearly not how we're supposed to function. So when that happens, you get disconnected from the force that created you. And then, like Gulshan was saying, one way to connect to that force that created you was going to the Himalayas. If you're from the eastern side, I don't know where the Western seekers used to go. Katoomba. Right. And then, but then that's too difficult. You go there and you'll find some guru who will say, all right, it's minus 20 degrees and you just have to be in your shorts and you have to meditate. So they were trying to make you so hard that the nature even can't affect you. So that's one way of doing it. A little too hard. Nowadays we can't even, I don't even want to tap the button in my car to close the door. I want a remote. So for us to go and do the Himalaya thing is kind of difficult. And Shri Mataji figured that out quite nicely. And then when Gulshan said revolutionized, it's a word that is overused. She actually did, because all these usually blokes, I think, who used to go to Himalayas didn't have to go there anymore. You could sit in your house, feel that connection with the Creator, and still lead a family life. I think that is my understanding of self-realization, the connection that you re-establish with the Creator in a very easy way, in a way that you can feel yourself without just my theory telling you, yes, Jordan, yes, Andrea, you are connected. Give me the money. Without saying that, you could actually hear whatever we are saying, go home, sit by yourself, repeat the process, and see if you feel it. So that's why it is a revolution, I feel.
True.
So that's what we're going to do. And what do we do for that? The prerequisite for that is that you need to have a very pure desire within your heart that you want it. You need it. It's like demanding something from your mother almost. Once you have that, it usually works out. The very few cases where it doesn't work out is when this is functioning too much. But it won't in a way that you'll probably explain me after we finish the process. So for that, first is pure desire, and then second thing is not a prerequisite, but we use every tool available to us. What that means is we'll use the element of earth to help us, element of light, element of air, element of ether. So for that, we need to take our shoes off. So if you can take your shoes off and ground your feet on the floor.
And online as well, viewers, if you'd like to take your shoes off, now is a really good time. So got a few moments before we get started.
So what we'll do is our left as it is, and our palm is open. What that means is we are in a receiving position. So we are receiving something from the Creator. And then we move our right hand to different parts of the body. And then while we do that, I'll say some things. We call them affirmations. You can repeat them in your heart. But if you can't really understand where I'm putting the hand, you can see. First, I'll say, let's put our hand on the heart and a little bit below on the rib cage, and then the place where the leg meets the tummy, rib cage, heart on the left side of the neck. You can try this one. This can be a little bit. Okay, yeah, that's it. Go as far as you can and move your head towards your right shoulder. That's it. And then we place the center of the palm on the back of the head and lift it up a bit. And then center of the palm on the forehead, bend a little bit forward. And in the end, we put this palm on top of the head, right in the middle on the fontanelle bone, and you press it. And we do this with eyes closed. Please only open your eyes if you're not sure where I'm saying the hand should be. All right, so we'll put our hands on the lap. Take a few deep breaths, hold them a little, and then release in a very relaxed way. With our left palm open on the lap, we take our right hand and place it on our heart, the left side. Both Gulshan and I forgot to mention this motherly energy within us, called the mother Kundalini. So when I say mother, we're addressing that energy within us. So here we ask, Mother, am I the spirit? Now please say this several times in your heart. You don't have to count, but say it as many times as you think you need to feel that it is really coming from within. Mother, am I the spirit? Place our right hand on the rib cage on the left side. And here we ask, Mother, am I my own master? Mother, am I my own master? Place your right hand a little bit below where the tummy meets your stomach. Sorry, tummy meets the leg. Here we ask, Mother, please give me pure knowledge. Mother, please give me pure knowledge. And bring your hand back to just below the rib cage on the left side. And with full confidence, you say, Mother, I am my own master. You wouldn't be here otherwise. Mother, I am my own master. Mother, I am my own master. We'll place our right hand again on the heart. Here, with full confidence, we say, Mother, I am the pure spirit. More often than not, we identify ourselves with the roles we play in life. But before that, we have been created as a pure spirit. So we go into the basics of our existence. So we say with full confidence, Mother, I am the pure spirit. We place our right hand on the left side of the neck, move our head towards our right shoulder. Here we say, Mother, I'm not guilty at all. Right at this moment, we stop beating ourselves about our past mistakes. We say, Mother, I'm not guilty at all. Mother, I'm not guilty at all. Now you place the palm on the back side of your head, lift your head a bit up, eyes still closed. Here you say, Mother, for any mistakes that I have committed against my spirit in the past, please forgive me. Mother, please forgive me. Now place the center of your palm on the right hand on the forehead and bend a little forward. And here we say, without any conditions, Mother, I forgive everyone, including myself. Mother, I forgive everyone, including myself. So when we don't forgive someone, we usually leave the power in their hands. That's quite annoying. So to help ourselves, we say, Mother, I forgive everyone, including myself. Mother, I forgive everyone, including myself. Now we stretch our palm. You can bring your hand a little bit down for a few seconds if it's hurting. And then we stretch our palm and place it on the top of our head on our fontanel bone. Press it down a little bit. And here, from a place of purity in your heart, and with an ardent desire, you ask, Mother, please give me my self-realization. Mother, please give me my self-realization. Slowly bring your hand back to the lap. Keep your eyes closed. And let your attention stay on top of your head. If your head is galloping, you just say, Mother, please give me my self-realization. with your eyes closed, observe how you're feeling on your palms. Do you feel a cooler sensation or warmer? Sometimes it could be that one palm is warmer and one is cooler. Just observe. And also pay attention just above your head. So you can take your right hand and put it a little bit above your head. Don't touch the top of the head. And raise it a little bit high and see if you're observing any cool or warmness. Warm, we call them vibrations. Basically, it's a sensation of coolness or warmness. You can move your hands slowly up and down, forward and backward. Once you've registered that, you can put your hand back on the lap and try it with the left hand. You can bring your hand back to the lap, and before we open our eyes, just ask this question to yourself. Is my heart at peace at this moment? You can compare your state right now to when you entered the room. Slowly open your eyes.
Thank you, Ara. That was very nice. Sahaja Yoga, it's quite interesting because even though it is very easy, but by no means is it not. It's not that it's not special.
Correct. Yeah. So you can probably tell us how you feel. So when I asked you those questions, how do you feel? The hands on the head, in the heart.
Felt a bit warmer.
Yep.
My body felt a bit warm.
Yep.
And then afterwards, when I brought my hands down, they felt very cool. And then I felt the rest of my body cool down. But I think when we first started, I felt a bit warmer, but now I feel a bit cooler.
And the last question, do you feel your heart is at peace?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
From when I walked in.
Okay.
It's a busy day at work and everything, but I think to forgive other people is difficult, isn't it? Sometimes.
In public service, yes.
But it's, as you said, it's something that we can control, can't we?
Yeah.
Something that we can.
You don't forget about the pain that's caused to you. You just forgive them and let them be.
Yeah.
You know, that's.
And you hope that they forgive you as well, I guess.
It's up to
That's up to them.
Up to them.
Yes.
How did you go, Andrew?
Great. I have road rage on the way here because I was late, and now I feel very peaceful. I didn't notice any temperature changes. I still wasn't conscious to that throughout. But when you invited that awareness, I did notice more coolness in the left hand when I put it above my head. I noticed warmth in both of my hands before we put either of them above the head. Yeah.
So the warmness and coolness is one of the technicalities we have in Sahaja Yoga. And then Gulshan rightly didn't explain so that we don't bias you. The other thing you said, Jordan, when you said we can control what we forgive and so on. So one thing in Sahaja, when we say control, it's a very mental thing, generally, right? So see that triangular bone there? So there is that mothering energy called Kundalini. So when we say, we in our self-realization, we connect with the creator, she is the medium through which we connect. So once we meditate regularly, we let her do her thing. And then it doesn't become an effort to forgive. Because once we say I want to forgive this guy, and it becomes harder. So you want to explain the warm and cool sensation?
Yeah, I was waiting.
We've got a question online.
Yeah, yes.
Okay.
From
Lisa.
Lisa?
Hi.
And Lisa says, how can you truly forgive if someone or something still bothers you, or you still have negative emotions towards it?
You want to answer? I can do it.
Go ahead.
So like I said, you really don't like that person, right? You dislike this person. So the minimum we can do is to not give that person control. So we are helping ourselves. The more we keep them in our head, the more you're not able to live your life. That person is probably having a nice cup of tea, coffee if they're in Australia and they're a coffee person. but
because they stay in our attention with anger, and we end up hurting ourselves with anger and angst and irritation, and it makes no difference to the other person.
And Lisa, it's probably very airy-fairy if you say you will eventually forgive them. It actually is. Like once you meditate regularly and let the Kundalini energize all the centers, especially that center number 6, it happens quite naturally. It's just then you start to get into this zone where you think it's wasted time, and it just happens.
Yeah. Thanks for the question, Lisa. And if you do have any questions, you can ask them now or wait till towards the end and we can go through whatever questions you have. So just very briefly, the warm and the cool that we asked you about, as the Kundalini, the mothering energy, rises on the central channel, and if there is any weakness or as some sort of a negative energy, it cleanses it. And when it cleanses and burns it off, you feel the heat within yourself. So that's why when you came in, initially we went through the process, you felt that little bit of warmth. Some people break into sweats as well. That's quite normal because it radiates out of our hands, it comes out of the top of our head, sometimes from our body as well. And that's quite a normal process because we've been absorbing so much stuff, rubbish. And as it cleanses, of course, you do feel a bit warm. That's the byproduct of that. Cool, on the other hand, is when your chakras are in balance and you are in balance, as in not too agitated and not too depressive in the zone, and that's when and the Kundalini comes to the top of your head, the fontanelle bone area, and connects to the power that created us. You feel its presence and its love, and that is beautiful, gentle, cool breeze on the palms of a hand, because this part also corresponds to the top of a head. But don't worry if you don't remember this all, because we'll go through this many a times, and you'll remember. But Vara, if you were able to talk us a little bit about the number 4 chakra, the heart chakra.
Yeah.
Today.
So Gulshan asked me about, for the program, can we talk a little bit about number 4, which is the heart center? I kept different thoughts. And then one of the things in the West, why the Western society has risen to its materialistic heights, almost all the inventions, the aeroplanes and the cars and all this sort of stuff happens in the West. And I feel that's because of this Socratic tradition of I think, therefore I am. It's all there. It's the major thing that rules the Western conscience, I feel. It used to be a Western Eastern, now I think it's a modern thing. Like I visited India and I can't really feel the difference. If anything, the matter is right in the front there than here. And that's how it's been. So for example, even in the physics, it can't get more materialistic than physics. So apparently, not apparently, I know this. So classical physics used to be the thing. You can determine anything, something going from point A to point B, and where it will be in the future. You could describe it in an equation. So there was this person who wanted to study physics, and the professor says, "Don't worry about it. Everything that had to be found out in physics has already been done. Don't go there." But this guy didn't listen to that logic, and he did go into that field, and he found quantum physics, which completely puts the classical physics upside down. Like quantum physics says, what I experience, what is the experience of a certain thing is based on my observation. So number one can become number two depending on who is observing it. So then all of a sudden, well, the dogma of science said everything we found out, nothing has to be found out, we know it all. And all of a sudden somebody follows his heart and finds out that it's completely different. So it so happens that the classical physics is just a little subset of the quantum physics. And that is not really talked about. Mostly it's all in the modern world, it's all about the brain and the logic. I mean, we've got so many examples, like when we buy something, they say usually you buy first with emotion and then justify later. It's just all the time. And then I know so many examples. When road rage, like it's very logical, especially in the modern society, that if you drive in your lane, don't cut off people, there'll be no problems. But no, people don't do it. Probably the guy who, I'm a little bit, what is it? What is the opposite of misogyny? I'm saying a guy, probably ladies also can cut. Is that it's very likely that that person was very well educated. So emotion drive us more than the brain is what I'm trying to get to. If you take sum total of all the scriptures in the universe and do a word cloud, the word spirit and heart come probably more often than brain and logic. So I think we just overemphasize it so much. I think Manu was also making the same point. Just brain, all the poems we read, all the nice things that happen in our lives.
All the beautiful music that happens.
Yes. Hear. It's not like, oh, this piano has got how many keys in it? 88. Yeah, oh, this boy Jaden is going to be here and he'll play 88 keys in different combinations, which can excite my dopamine and I feel happy. You don't think like that. He plays, you look at a Da Vinci painting and it's just like, what is this? Actually, even in Sahaja Yoga, so when you go home, so what makes people, so we do these classes pretty every week. There are only a small portion of people who come back and repeat them. And with 100% certainty, we can tell that people who repeat, it's a thing that stays in there that when I sat there, I felt peace in my heart. It's not because, this comes later, it's not because when I went there, I went back home and then one email I was struggling, I could reply better. None of those sort of logical things. It's usually the heart that decides what we do. If you look at the careers people take, I mean, there are so many professions that if you look at the stats, there are no jobs in it. But people choose exactly those professions because usually follow our heart. And the ones who follow the heart, you can take all these people, Einstein, all these proper ones. Right now people are scientists and they usually look at other people's data and make a report and so on. But the real original ones, what's that European musician? Beethoven.
Mozart, yeah.
They just get into this because of that heart element.
Yeah.
That's probably enough about heart. Sure. So if you can.
And I was just going to add to that. The reason Sahaja Yoga is quite different from other meditations because the mothering energy is awakened, and when she rises, and the affirmation that Vara took us through on your heart about affirming that we are the spirit. The cold quietness is awakened and lit. And so each one of us does have an experience. Of course, it's a very personal experience, but it is something that you feel within and it stays with you. And that is what years later you still can recall and say that is what was the turning point for people that hang on to it. But enough of talking.
Lynn was really wanting to say something. I thought.
Oh no, I was wanting to say let's listen to Shri Mataji.
Yes.
Okay, let's go.
Yes. So who are better to listen than to Shri Mataji? So she traveled around the world and gave talks and also gave realization en masse to people. So lucky to have those recordings.
Yes.
So we'll just move out of the way. Can you see Jordan?
Yes, please.
Not from nature. And the nature reacts to it. Now, when you get these problems, you start running about here and there and trying to find out solutions. The solution is within our centers. When these centers are in jeopardy, you get all these physical, mental, emotional problems for yourself and for the whole society, for the whole world. So now, what should we do? Is to correct these centers. By the awakening of me, which passes through 6 centers, these centers get enlightened, and that enlightenment cures them, nourishes them, and integrates them. Then you are completely one with this all-pervading power, and the correction becomes permanent. At that time, this energy starts flowing through you. You can feel it on your fingertips. And by that you develop all your potential powers, which are so many, that in this small lecture I may not be able to tell you the whole. But some of them I will be able to tell you. That the first thing happens to you, that you achieve a state of peace. We are thinking of tomorrow or of yesterday, past and future, but present we are not there. Present is not known to us, and reality is in the present. So when you are thinking of the past and future, you are jumping on the cusp of those thoughts. In between these thoughts, there's a space, which we call as vilamba in Sanskrit, is the pause. And that is the time when you are in present, which is very short, and that's why you can never be in the present. So when the Kundalini rises, your attention is driven inside, and these thoughts expand in the sense that they elongate, and there's the space in between is quite big. Thus you establish yourself into a new state or a new dimension of your awareness, which we call as thoughtless awareness. That is the meditation. You cannot do meditation, you have to be in meditation. It's a state. Then there is no thought, but you are fully aware. Whatever you see is recorded like a picture in your mind. And such tremendous changes take place in human beings. They are surprised, like a very ordinary person who was playing once an instrument before me. It was very boring to begin with. And suddenly, I don't know what happened to him, his Kundalini was awakened and he was playing such beautiful music, and today he is a world famous man. There are very powerful Sahaja Yogis in the world now, and I am so very happy that this has happened to people, that they have felt their own energy and they have felt their own peace. The second state that you achieve, what we call, this is the thoughtless awareness, and the second one is called as the doubtless awareness. Patanjali in his yoga has said, called them as the Nirvichar Samadhi and Nirvikalpa Samadhi. Now these two states, if you are achieved, then all your powers, you know what you have. You know all your inner being. You know your chakras and you know your all the three, let's say the autonomous nervous system, like parasympathetic, sympathetic systems, everything you know, and you know how to control them, how to improve them, how to work them out. So you become your own master. Firstly, when you are awakened, firstly what you get is all your talents. For example, I see Australians are great artists. I've seen people who have come to Sahaja Yoga become such deep artists and such beautiful artists, aesthetically so rich. It is because whatever you know is very little, and the whole dynamism of your creativity just explodes, and you start producing things which are very soothing, which are very beautiful, which makes everyone so happy. It's not some sort of a nonsensical thing. You do some queer thing just to please the people and show off that you are a big designer and this and that. No. You do it natural, honest reproduction of what you feel. And that feeling is absolutely divine. And thus you produce really classical, beautiful things, which is very surprising how these modern children have taken to. Normally the modern art, as you know, is mostly understood by the artist himself. Nobody else can understand it, because they just go mad and do all kinds of things. In this also you may do modern art, means in the sense that you break all the lines and everything. But what you find that whatever you do is extremely soothing and natural, one with the nature. And anybody who sees that will say, who has made this sort of a expression of a true feeling from within? Nothing artificial, nothing vulgar, nothing nonsensical. In the same way, musicians and other things in every art, I've been really amazed how Sahaja Yoga has helped. I've seen this Sydney Sahaja Yogi singing to you these Marathi and Sanskrit songs and Hindi songs, which not even Indians can sing. They can't sing so well. I mean, if you hear them from outside, nobody will know they are people from Australia. They are Australians. As if some Indians are singing, it's very difficult. Indian singing is extremely difficult. People practice for years together to achieve this. Not only that they know it, but also so many of them know by heart, and I don't know how they have picked it up. I just don't understand. When they come and sing in India, even so many artists have said, now we are ashamed the way these people are doing it. At such a young age, how have they picked it so well? They sing in such beautiful unison. All these things happen to you. Secondly, it happens that so-called religions that you have, you follow. Somebody will say, I'm a Buddhist. Somebody will say, I am a Christian, I am a Hindu, Muslim, anything. They can commit any sins. It's outward. It's just a label. Like one girl met me and she was saying, I am born again. I said, you are not. You just label yourself as born again. You are not. Unless until you get your realization, you cannot be born again. And once you are born again, you get the quality of a personality who is a born again, has so many powers, so compassionate, so peaceful. You are not. I said, you are in a delusion. She asked me, are you born again? I said, of course I am. And you can be also, if you want to. But if you want to carry on with artificial labels, what can you do? What good have they done to you? So the artificially drops out, and your real personality starts expressing itself as far as the religion is concerned. You become absolutely righteous. The other day I was reading about the genes, and I was amazed to hear that the Asians have 2 genes to protect them, but the Western people have none. Now, the 2 genes that are within us. One is, I would say, comes from the mother, maybe the father, or the society, whatever it is. But one we call in Sahaja Yoga sin against the mother and sin against the father. Out of which the left side, when we are there, we are sinning against the mother. Means we become immoral. We don't know what is morality. We start playing with things which we should not. Then we get into trouble, we get diseases, this, that. all sorts of problems, because there's no protection. So we are very vulnerable. All kinds of indulgences and all kinds of habits that we form, which are self-destructive, is sin against the mother. The another jeev is the one that protects you against the sin against the father.
Right. So now you've got your realization, and we have to send you back the idea of knowing what to do at home. So if you can do this for a few minutes in the morning and perhaps in the evening, whatever works for you. This is to just calm down and cleanse yourselves and bring yourself into balance. It's a very easy done thing. So we'll do that now so that you have a clue when you go home to be able to do it. There's only one exercise we do before the meditation or balancing and at the end of the meditation. It's very easy. So the left hand comes to your base of the spine area, and the right hand, you bring it in and then take it out. And as the left hand rises and you're watching the left hand, the right hand rotates around it. And you bring it up to the top of your head, tip your head up, and we tie a knot. So we do that 3 times in total for the 3 channels in our body. Second time again, watching the left hand, bring it up to the top of your head, and we tie 2 knots. So what we are really doing is raising the mothering energy, the Kundalini, and stationing her on the top of the head. And 3 times on the top for the 3rd one. And now the next quick thing is starting again from your left side with the right hand over the top of your head to the right and back. That's 1. We are going to do that 7 times for the 7 energy centers or chakras within us. So we're just covering ourselves with the special protection, the bond of protection. Its Sanskrit name is Bandhan. So this is what we do at the beginning and at the end of the meditation. And now a very easy balancing technique. So we have a photo of Shri Mataji here and a candle, as Vara mentioned. We do use the elements. So the light helps us to cleanse the thinking process, which is crazy these days. So you place your left hand for the left side that needs clearing. It stays on your lap. The right hand, you drop it towards the earth. You can close your eyes if you wish. If there's too much thought happening, you can watch the candle. And here we are going to ask a mothering energy, the Kundalini within us. Mother Kundalini, please take away all the heaviness, all the lethargy, all the darkness from my left side, and please release it into the earth through the right hand. You could keep your attention on top of your head. And at the same time, just see how you feel on your left hand. You may feel a bit of tingling sensation, a bit of heat or pinpricks, and that is quite normal as the left side is being cleared. As Shri Mataji said, we just allow the mothering energy to do it all for us. So we're in meditation. Attention is on top of her head. And now you can bring your right hand back on your lap. And to clear the right side, the right hand stays on the lap. And the left hand, you just lift up from your elbow up. And now we're going to use the ether or the air element to cleanse our right side. And right side often becomes very heated, absorbs a lot of angst, emotions from our colleagues or workplace situations, or family sometimes. So here we ask our mothering energy, Mother Kundalini, please take away all the excessive heat from my right side and release it into the air through the left hand. Mother Kundalini, please slow down the thoughts within me. Mother Kundalini, please calm down the thoughts within me. Nice deep breath if you wish, nice and slow, nice and gentle. Attention is on top of your head. And at this point, if you do feel a lot of heat radiating out of your body, right hand and the left, that is okay. Let it just all be released into the air. And bring your left hand back on your lap. So that was the cleansing process. And now we're just going to, for a very few minutes, try and keep our attention on top of the head and meditate. And we do have some live music with us. So hands on your lap to receive. And we can just actually, with our right hand, bring it to the central channel and slowly raise it along your central channel. Bring your Kundalini up a couple of times and place it on top of your head. Hands in my lap. If you can close your eyes, it's really nice, and just hear the music from the top of your head. So try and keep your attention on top of your head. Thank you, Jaden. Was that Rag?
Change it up. It's a bit hard to improvise with Rag Yaman, so Rag Miyanki Malhar.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you. Felt really lovely. So before we begin our talking, let's just finish up by raising the Kundalini and it's ourselves in Brahman. Same exercise as we did earlier. So left hand comes in front. Rotate. Bring it to the top of your head. And tie a knot. Let's do that 2 more times. One last time. And the bandhan, starting from the left side, over the top of your head, to right and back. Let's do that 7 times in total. We did go over time a little bit, apologies for that, but it was worth it, the treat that we had with the music. If you have any questions, now is a good time. And before you worry about, we do have these.
Oh, great.
Okay, today, so just gives you an idea of what we did.
Is Lisa still there, Andy?
Yes.
Waiting for a good question from you, Lisa. Go for it. That was a good question, the last one.
Do you have any questions?
Just these 7 centers.
Yeah.
Do they all have to be in balance to achieve that?
State self-realization.
Yes. Is that the aim, or is that how you look at those working together?
The balancing of the chakras. Sorry, I jumped in.
No, go for it.
I'm sure he will have a better answer. And the balancing of the chakras and the improvement in our mental, emotional, and physical being is a byproduct of the real thing that takes place. Is that when the Kundalini rises, she fixes all those irregularities within us, which is the imbalances in our chakras. Chakra is, it contains a quality, so it nourishes the qualities within us. But the real thing that happens is that you actually get connected to your spirit, and also from your fontanelle bone area, you can get connected to the power that created us. That's the real thing. But yes, we do enjoy the benefits of it, which is the chakras do come in balance, and it is good to have them in balance so that our personality comes in balance. I hope that answers
Yes,
your
I've
question.
Happens automatically.
Yeah.
No, go for it.
To get there.
Did that answer your question, Jordan?
Yes, so those things just happen as part of the process. I guess you don't have to think about it.
Absolutely not.
It's more of a
No.
happening, I guess.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, okay.
The only annoying thing with chakras is that, when you meditate, they come in balance and
Right, okay.
a little bit, they go down.
Yes.
And then when you meditate, they become balanced. So over a period of time, what happens is the triggers that make those chakras go out of balance, they reduce. So for example, if you're having difficulty forgiving people, the number of annoying things that they have to do for you to get annoying will increase. So you won't get annoyed with people as quickly.
Yeah.
Right.
They may not
You-
change, but you change.
That's it.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. I mean, the only thing we ask is if you meditate regularly, she could probably join the 21-day thing.
Yeah.
So there is another session happening, which is every day
It's only online,
online.
but it's a daily one.
Yeah.
It's a day one, right? That's right. Well, there is a recorded session as well.
True.
Sorry?
There is a recorded session as well,
Yes,
right?
yes.
So, for example, the hardest thing you will find, Jordan and Andrea, now is the discipline to do it every day. So here you come, you'll enjoy it because there is this power of collectivity, as they say. It's easy to do things in a group. So if you meditate until next week, you yourself will start noticing those changes, like that. I need.
And it doesn't have to be for an hour.
No.
Quantity doesn't matter at all. It's the quality. So 10 good minutes
question?
or 5 good minutes, you're done.
All right.
That's all you need. Yeah.
All right. From.
Yeah.
Lisa
Okay, Lisa.
says she finds it difficult to focus on the top of her head. Is there any tips to keep the focus and how to meditate when extremely triggered, having strong emotions?
I'd say when it is a very difficult situation, bring your attention to your heart. That usually helps more than trying to keep your attention there.
Slow, deep breathing and bring your attention inside. I found the breathing helped for me. So nice and slow breathing. And yes, then you put your hand on your heart and say, I am the spirit. It's okay. I've got someone looking after me.
That's it. And
yeah.
Anxiety kind of issue, it cannot be solved by the head. It has to be a hard thing. So when that is at peace, then it usually works out better, Lisa.
Yeah.
What's the next one, Nandi?
That was the two-pronged question. So the first bit was I find it difficult to focus on the top of my head. Are there any tips on how to keep focus around that?
Actually, to answer the first one, it is a very normal thing. A lot of people come to us with that sort of question.
Where is Lisa from? Is there a collectivity near her place?
Lisa, if you want to unmute, feel free. Gulshan was asking, where are you from?
Or you can type, Lisa, that's fine.
Oh, Germany.
Germany.
Okay.
Nice.
Oh, spring is coming.
It's not a Guten Morgen at the moment. What is it for them?
Yeah, another 9 hours.
Lisa, lunchtime.
So please feel free to take one of those
Yes.
pamphlets, Jordan.
Oh, we'll let everyone go? What's the...
Yeah.
Well, thank you for joining
Thank you for
us,
joining.
Lisa, and whoever else is there. Lovely to have your company. Thank you, Vara, and Jaden for the beautiful music for up on in real people. Thank you for coming, and the tech team. Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you.
Thanks very much.
Thank you very much.
It is nice to actually have people come. So if you can go to your local areas.
you.